Microsoft has made several improvements to reporting over the last few years. Let's take a look at some of those examples. I'm going to start off with the options, and for that I'm going to go to my reporting tab and I'll use the aged accounts receivable report. Here is the report that we're very familiar with, but you see that there are saved settings that are available. And when I open up the name, I've got several areas here where I have a predefined view or option setting for individuals in the organization. So if I choose Bruce as an example, predefined options are for vendor or customers between 10,000 and 50,000 Bruce's customers to maintain. If I go and look at Greg as an example, who is in charge of our European customers, the default is for currency code in euro. So you're able to create saved settings and be able to use them for yourself or to share them with others. Let's take a look at how that's done. I'll cancel from here and we'll use the search functionality and go to report settings. Open that up. So here are different reports that we have and the different options that we have established. So for our aged accounts receivable, we see the ones that we have established here. Let's create a new one for John. We simply come into here, we enter the report, which is 10040, our aged accounts receivable report. And do we want to share this with other people, or do we want to keep it on for ourselves? I'll go ahead and share that. And now let's modify how this is going to be viewed. Here we set up what the different options are. John wants to age his by the document date and wants to use, instead of the traditional 30-day buckets, 15-day. And then we're going to stipulate that that's for all currencies and no other particular requirements other than the fact that he's dealing only with Peter's customers. We'll say okay to that. So now we have John's. Let's go back to our aged accounts receivable report. And for name, we'll choose John. And again, the predefined requirements that we had established for this report automatically appear, and we can simply go to preview or print and get the information that we require. Let's look at some other ways that Microsoft has improved the reporting functionality. And again, I'll use the same report. Rather than in previewing this, let's go down to our print button. And notice now that in addition to printing to a printer, you have the ability of printing that as a PDF file, a Word document, or to Excel. Now, some people want to be able to have that. Others don't want people to be able to have that. So consequently, you can establish who has the ability to print to Word, Excel, PDF by going to the service tier. And if I open up the service tier and go to our last tab, reports, here's where you establish the ability to print or save as an Excel, a Word document, preview, or PDF. And again, that can be done by an individual. Again, the ability to print to Excel can also be disabled so that people are only able to view reports, such as customer lists. You don't want an individual to be able to print a customer list and then go work for a competitor. So you have the ability to indicate what views you want to be able to not be able to print or to save. Let's go look at a posted sales invoice as an example. And I'll open up posted sales invoice. and I want to view. Notice I don't have the ability to print, but I can view this invoice. Let's expand this. So now I see my invoice, but I don't have the ability to save or to print that. The user only has the ability to view that particular document. And then, lastly, for reporting, there is the ability to schedule the reports. Let's go back to our home page. We know under the report inbox, you can predetermine reports that you want when you want them, as well as the output that you want them. But occasionally, there are reports that you may want to have on a one-off basis, and you don't want to go through the time of having that report generated, perhaps locking tables or other features that could happen when the report is being generated. Now you have the ability to schedule that report. Let's go back to reports, and we'll do our aged receivable report again. This time, when I go to the print button, I'm going to schedule that report. Now I determine what report output do I want that in based on my security settings. And then when do I want this? I'll take it now. I'll say OK. And as it's saying, when the report is completed, it will appear in our report inbox. So very shortly, we'll see that report generated, which is here. Now I'm able to open up that report and view that. I had it scheduled whenever I could get it. So again, more ways that Microsoft has improved the reporting functionality within Dynamics NAV.